just look how you've grown. To think you'd produce such a bounty. And you've flourished as well. I'm so proud of you, my lovelies.
Quite the passionate one, aren't you?
Don't sneak up behind people like that. Hasn't anyone told you it's rude?
Apologies. I was just curious. What are you doing here?
If you must know, I'm harvesting herbs. I thought I might make them into medicine for the injured.
That would be helpful. Lord Serenoa will be pleased as well.
And I am oh so happy to please. I am quite taken with powerful people. People like Lord Serenoa. You'll tell him I'm doing my best to be useful to him, won't you?
Wait. That plant. It induces paralysis, does it not?
Quite knowledgeable you are. Did you know it can also be used for pain relief?
The same plant can be both a poison and a medicine?
Yes, depending on how it's used. And yet, people still try to force plants into one category or another. Good and therefore valuable, or bad and therefore detested. Foolish, don't you think? These little ones are neither good nor bad. They just are.
You treat them as if they were your children.
Perhaps it seems strange to care for a plant, which is no more than a tool for making medicines or poisons, but...
Minister Idor, about that experiment. I think we are on the verge of discovering how to better stabilize the subject.
Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself! Milo, why do you eavesdrop on us?
Don't be upset. As your spy, I thought it behooved me to keep abreast of important information.
Unnecessary. You need only do as I instruct.
But that would make me no better than a tool.
Does that displease you? Worry not. I take good care of my tools, so long as they serve me well. But should they act out of line, they will be disposed of.
Even tools have feelings.
What was that?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. Anyway, I'm certain my herbs will benefit House Wolford. Please pass on my warmest regards to Lord Serenoa.
All right, form a line. A proper line. No need to fight, there's enough for all of you.
You seem busy. Let me help.
Anna, good to see ya.
Prepare for another wave. I've spread the word about your operation.
Is it really true? Are you giving out free bowls of stew? Hey, I know that face. It's you, miss. I didn't know you were friends with House Wolford. Well, I am, and it's good to see you well.
I've kept my word. No more thieving.
I've apprenticed myself at the docks. They're teaching me how to work the ships. Sounds like you have a bright future ahead of you. Well done. I sure do. So long as you help House Wolfort end this war. And quick. Oh, I will. I swear it.
How long you gonna keep us waiting? I'll collapse if I don't get some stew!
Quit your belly aching! You'll get your bowl soon enough! Alright, you. Run along and get in line. You'll get your fill. You got it!
Well, it seems your food kitchen has been an unqualified success. Morale is higher than ever.
But we can't possibly do this every day. So long as the war keeps raging on, all the stew in the world won't make that boy, these people, whole. We've got to end it somehow, don't we? Well, if that boy can be true to his word, I reckon I can too.
I have faith in you.
Then why don't you help me clean up here so we can get some training in?
You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals, which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered!
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence! I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. I would ask for some time to think on the matter. I understand each of you keenly, my friends. You have not arrived at these decisions lightly, and I do not doubt your convictions. Yet choosing any of the options before me risks creating a schism among the others. I cannot afford to lose any of you. Not after how far we've come. Which leaves me only one option. Nay, I mustn't give in so readily. There must be another way. One that will bind us together, not tear us asunder. Now then, to find it. Certainties first. We cannot afford to relinquish control of the salt crystals to any one nation. Salt necessarily belongs to the people, and on that point I shall not waver. There must be a way to bring about the lasting peace Roland desires without the need for Hyzant's warped teachings. Hyzant moves to take the Grand Norzellian mines as I contemplate this. It must be stopped. They will no doubt make an ostentatious show of power in an attempt to intimidate us. What's worse, they'll soon be at our door, and we'll not defeat them with our army alone. Surely there's a way we can hold them off. The wildfire, of course! We'll draw them into the village and set the vast majority of their forces alight. The Hierophant will never relent, however. Hyzant will bear down on us with the full force of their army. We've no chance of winning a protracted war. Hyzant must fall, and quickly. We need Esfrost. We need the Death Snell. 'Tis the only way we'll pierce the goddess's shield. I hardly relish the thought of asking Gustadolf to come to our aid. He'll no doubt demand the salt crystals in return. Who might help us get our hands on that weapon? Lord Svarog, yes! He's fortified alongside us. It's time he made good on his word. We share a common enemy in Gustadolf. He'll be a boon. There is still the matter of how we invade Hyzant and incite the Roselle to rebel. Yes! We'll blast away the statue and reveal Hyzant's lies for all to see. If the Rosellan legends are true, an enormous pillar of salt rests within the goddess's statue. Revealing that will prove that the Roselle spoke truth all these years. Goddess and Hierophant alike will lose all claim to authority, leaving them open to a revolt from a united Roselle. And now we have the means to make the explosives that will bring Hyzant to its knees. Just one problem remains. How will we manage to pass through the goddess's shield? No banner could pass into Hyzant without arousing suspicion. Unless... Unless they've no banner at all. The consortium, of course. One glimpse of the salt crystals ought to bring Claris to the table. So long as I play to his self-interest, the rest will follow. I have it. I've found a way to give everyone what they want most in one fell swoop. The salt crystals will belong to all, and not just a privileged few. The people of Norzelia will finally be lords and ladies of their own making, masters of their own destinies. Benedict's fervent desire to protect the domain's integrity, Roland's yearning for equity, Frederica's resolve to free her people. I hear you all, my friends. You're not alone. Nor are the countless others who look to me at this late hour. If ever there were a time to heed my father's last words, it is now. I must forge my own path and lead my people. The scales cannot save us this time. The words of my closest confidants have revealed a way forward that the scales never could. All that remains is to convince them to follow me down the path I have made. As Lord of House Wolford, I solemnly swear an oath by which all future lords shall be bound. I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.